부산영어방송.
Hello everyone, I'm James from India. Ever since I was a young boy in India, I have been surrounded by different Korean products, and this instilled a dream in me to explore Korea one day. This chance came for me in 2014 when I began attending Busan National University as a graduate student in computer engineering. I have lived in Korea for over 7 years, and I even run my own business now, a company that is developing a platform based on artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. From my experience, I can say with an absolutely certainty that Busan was the best place for me to start my business, thanks to the specialized blockchain zone. In the past 7 years, Busan has become my second home, and I obviously love it here. Global City Busan, we are in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BFM 부산영어방송.
Have you ever wondered what goes on inside BFM studios? Well, wonder no more. You can now listen to as well as watch all of BFM shows. We're bringing BFM even closer to you. Starting May 1st, you can watch all of our shows live on YouTube. Search for 부산영어방송 to catch live streams of your favorite BFM programs. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. You do not want to miss out.
나 정상훈, 밀고 당기는 밀당의 고수지만 버스 등받이는 당겨 앉는 반전 매력. 운동하며 흘린 땀을 사랑하지만 헬스 기구에 묻은 땀은 꼭 닦아주는 반전 매력. 연기할 땐 거침없이 선을 넘지만 주차할 땐 절대 선을 넘지 않는 반전 매력. 이런 게 바로 지킬 건 꼭 지키는 반전 매너. 나부터 더 매너 있게, 서로에게 더 매력 있게. 공공장소 매너 함께 지켜주실 거죠? 공익광고 협의회.
The time is now 2 o'clock.
Welcome to BFM News at 2. I'm David Kim. China's embassy in South Korea expressed strong dissatisfaction and firm opposition to recent remarks by South Korea, the U.S., and Japan regarding the Taiwan issue, labeling them as erroneous statements. Senior diplomats from the three countries met in the U.S. on Friday local time, opposing any unilateral changes to the status quo in the Indo-Pacific and all unlawful maritime claims in the South China Sea. On Sunday, defense ministers from the same countries met in Singapore, reaffirming their stance for peace and stability in the South China Sea. China's embassy criticized these actions as interference in its internal affairs and attacks on China, lodging formal complaints with South Korea. The Bank of Korea said today its plans to select local banks qualified for inter-foreign currency trading with the central bank in preparation for extended currency trading hours starting in July. The selected banks, which are also registered foreign institutions or RFIs, will engage in trading pairs like dollar-euro and dollar-yen. Previously, the BOK conducted such trades with global financial institutions based in Singapore and London. KB Bank, Hana Bank, and Korea Development Bank have completed their registration as RFIs. In local news, Busan City announced the implementation of the 2024 Emergency Care Support Project to address care gaps for citizens. This project provides temporary in-home care, household, and mobility support services for citizens who have no one to take care for them or cannot use other services in crisis situations such as illness, injury, or the sudden absence of a caregiver. Busan City oversees the project, which is operated and managed by the Busan Social Services Center, with 6 regional service providers delivering the care services. This project, selected as a final project in the Ministry of Health and Welfare's public competition in April, will be implemented with a total budget of 300 million won. The 2024 Busan One Asia Festival, BOF, Asia's largest Hallyu or Korean Wave Festival, will be held from the 8th to the 9th at the Busan Asiad Main Stadium and Hwamyeong Ecological Park. Organized by the Busan Tourism Organization, BOF started in 2016 and is now in its 8th year, evolving from a K-pop festival into a cultural exchange platform for young people worldwide to experience Hallyu culture. Top K-pop artists will participate, providing various attractions and offering fans a unique experience. Busan City announced that it will sign an agreement with the Korea Asset Management Corporation, or KAMCO, at City Hall this afternoon to support vulnerable groups and small business owners. This agreement aims to collaborate with KAMCO, a public institution that recently relocated to the Busan area, to support the economic recovery of vulnerable groups struggling with high interest rates, high exchange rates, and high inflation, and to help increase sales for local small businesses facing management crises. The two organizations will identify and implement various joint support projects to improve the quality of life for vulnerable groups and strengthen the self-reliance of small business owners by providing effective education and technology to help build a foundation for independence. In international news, a company that breeds animals for medical testing, Envigo RMS LLC, has been fined a record $35 million after 4,000 beagles were rescued from its Virginia facility in 2022. This is the largest fine ever issued under the Animal Welfare Act, as stated by the U.S. Department of Justice. The U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Virginia, Christopher Kavanaugh, criticized Envigo for prioritizing profit over legal compliance. And now taking a quick look at the weather here in Busan City. It is currently 25 degrees Celsius under mostly clear skies. Air quality in the city is in the healthy levels. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is 2 p.m. Reboot with Casey McKeever. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Do you ever find yourself worrying about a battery? Your phone battery, your laptop battery, your car battery? It seems like half of the day is spent about recharging something. Do I have the right cable? Where can I plug this in? We rely so much on rechargeable devices these days, but then we have to spend so much time and possibly money on keeping them running. Is there any end in sight to this? Or will some new technology come along to get rid of our charging worries? Please. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more on today's show. It's Tuesday, June 4th. This is 2 p.m. Reboot. Let's get it started. All right, everybody, that was just Don't Get Me Wrong by Matchbox 20. Welcome to the show. That song, as you can hear in there was some strong emotions. According to the lead vocalist, Rob Thomas, he says that, okay, there was definitely a beef in a romance that was inspiring that song. You can hear him kind of admit it in the chorus. There are times when he hates that person, whoever that person is. I don't want to be that person. But I guess more important is, he wants to understand that without her, he would be lost. Aw. So, I guess we all have those feelings sometimes. A little bit of love, a little bit of hate kind of goes back and forth. But going back to Thomas's explanation, the vocalist may get mad sometimes, but he's not going anywhere. So don't worry about it. It's not a breakup song. As far as the title is concerned, he doesn't want the person he's talking to misinterpret or get him wrong. And he's acting out. It seems like maybe he wants to bounce, but he actually doesn't have any intention of doing so. I imagine we've all been there in relationships at one point or another where you're like, oh, this is driving me mad. But no, I'm going to stick it out. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Hi to everybody in the chat there. I see you. Good afternoon to you all. This is we're coming to you live in the studio here in Busan on, I think, a rather beautiful Tuesday afternoon. A little chilly, perhaps. I don't know what's going on with the weather lately. But you're listening to us here live at BEFM 90.5 in Busan, 103.3 FM, that is, in Gijang, Jeongwan, and Noksan areas. And also you can listen to us in Seoul at TBS EFM, which is 101.3 FM, and at GFN in Gwangju, 98.7 FM. I'm Casey McKeever. I am the new host of the 2 p.m. Reboot. As you may know, Steve is no longer hosting the program. Last Sunday was his last show, and I think it was emotional for him. I tuned in on Friday, and, he'd been doing this for quite a while, and I think he was really happy with the way things were going here. But, sometimes people need a change in life, and we all wish Steve the best, and I'm going to do my best to keep this show as high quality as he always had it. And so with that said, I do need to make an announcement. I see my people on YouTube there. Thank you. Of course, we are being streamed right now on YouTube. You can find us by searching BEFM, or if you're very good at typing Korean, as I am not, you can search Busan영어방송. However, when we do switch to the music, there is a music copyright issue. So we won't be streaming the music live. The music will be muted while the songs are playing. That is a little unfortunate, but you can listen to us with the songs, of course, here on FM radio, or if you download the smartphone app, you can listen to the songs as well. And I know that's an inconvenience, and we really hope to get this resolved as soon as possible. But that's how it is for the moment. So, coming up on the show today, we've got in our first hour, we've got Hot Off the Press, and that's something we do every day here. We're going to play you some brand new music that has been recently released, and I'll tell you a little bit about the artist and the track as well. And then we're going to have Melissa come into the studio. I'm very excited about this. I work with Melissa every week, actually, so I think we work together well. She's going to come in and do Officially Amazing. She's going to tell us about some stories of amazing people, amazing accomplishments, or amazing feats that people have pulled off, and that's always interesting to me. In the second hour today, we've got the Daily List, and this is something we do every day as well. There's a list for everything, is there not? We've got something from the best. We've got something from the worst. Today, we're going to talk about the most popular electronics worldwide. It goes back to that battery thing. We've got batteries in everything. This watch I'm wearing, it's not a very new watch. It's not one of those smart ones, but it's still got a battery. And I have to worry about that every now and then, too. So we'll talk about electronics today a little bit. And in Tomorrow Today, I'm going to share some stories about some advancements in a variety of fields to kind of look at what the future holds for us. And it's all going to be kind of connected to today's topic. Finally, today we're going to have the perfect playlist, and we think we've got the best songs for every situation. This week, the theme has been June, so we're going to have some songs for June on the perfect playlist. And back to my topic today that I started with. One thing that bothers me every day, I feel wasting my time is charging something, whether it's my phone, whether it's my laptop. We've recently had problems with our car. We've got a hybrid car, and that really depends on the battery. It drains the battery very quickly. We've had that issue. And we've got 2 kids at home, which means we have tons of toys, tons of books, and they all have batteries. Yes, books have batteries now. It's ridiculous, right? So I feel like I'm spending at least an hour or 2 hours every day. Am I exaggerating? Maybe. It feels like that to me. But it feels like I'm always worried about charging something. How much battery's left? Oh, where's my cable? So for me, this is something I would like to get rid of from my daily routine. And that is my question to you. What's one thing you'd like to delete from your daily routine? 매일 반복적으로 하는 일과 중에서 삭제하고 싶은 것 하나는 무엇인가요? So for me, if I could just forget about charging things, it just seems like a waste of my day. What is it for you? Is it something kind of trivial like that, charging batteries? Or is it something a little more serious, something you really wish you didn't have to do every day? Please send in your answers. You can send us a text message, of course, at pound 9050. 한국말로 그러면 샵 9050, and that'll cost you 100 won. You can reach us for free, of course, on Kakao. That is, first on Kakao, you can just search BEFM, or you can search 부산영어방송 in the Kakao app, and then you can send us a message for free there. Or you can go to any app store on your phone. You can go to BEFM or search 부산영어방송 again, and you can download the app and listen to our programs with the music, by the way, and leave some comments after you log in. So we'll be right back. So think about it. What's bothering you in your daily routine? What would you like to do better or get rid of that would make your life a little more simple? Take a moment to think about it. Send me a message, and we'll be right back with Hot Off the Press after this. This is going to be Run Your Mouth by the Marias.
When we talk about everything that happened.
All right. I hope you enjoyed that. That was Run Your Mouth by the Marias. Good choice, Na PD. I think Run Your Mouth is what I'm here to do. But now it is time for Hot Off the Press. And every Monday through Friday, we bring two of the newest, hottest tracks from all over the world. And we, of course, it's hard to keep up. There's a lot of new songs released every week, but we think we're going to choose the best ones and introduce them to you. So our first song today on Hot Off the Press is from Imagine Dragons. That's a band I'm familiar with. The song is called Nice to Meet You. This is a track from their sixth album. Wow, they've already got six. The sixth album is called Loom, and Nice to Meet You is about the dating process. Thus the title, Nice to Meet You. The frontman Dan Reynolds said, I've always really hated that when you're dating someone, you are also kind of dating their friends. 맞습니다, right? At some point, you have to meet the friends, and if they like you or not, that's a big deal, right? And he's always like, I'm not signing up for that. I like you, but I really don't want to have to like all of your friends necessarily. Yeah, that can be intimidating, right? You just want to focus on one person, not everyone that they know. Our second song for Hot Off the Press today is SOS by Robert Grace. And this is from Robert Grace's new album, Happy Sad Songs. That's interesting. Happy and sad at the same time. Actually, my favorite kind of song. SOS is a short, soothing pop track accompanied by a groovy rhythm section. The lively instrumentation juxtaposes with the lyrics, and the idea is they're detailing isolation stemming from difficult times. That's a contrast which fits nicely with the album's title. Happy Sad Songs. Makes sense. According to Robert Grace, to the ensemble of talented individuals whose passion and expertise have been etched into every track, your harmonies resonate beyond the grooves of this album. And to you, the listener, for allowing our music to be a part of your world, we are eternally grateful. Nicely said. That sounds very humble for a musician. Cool. Sometimes their ego can get out of control. Trust me. I know. So that's it for Hot Off the Press today. We've got two new songs. We've got Nice to Meet You by Imagine Dragons, followed by SOS by Robert Grace. All right, I believe it. He really needs somebody. That was Robert Grace with SOS. And before that, we heard Nice to Meet You by Imagine Dragons. That was a little bit of a style I was not expecting from them. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed that as well. So back to the topic of today, the question of the day. What's one thing you'd like to delete from your daily routine? 매일 반복적으로 하는 일과 중에서 삭제하고 싶은 것 하나는 무엇인가요? So I got some interesting answers I'd like to share. I got from Hannah-nim, I'm going to say, American style, Hannah-nim. Says, I really want to get rid of having to think up and cook meals. I'm not a big fan of cooking. I wouldn't mind having a personal chef. Yeah, I am totally with you. I am at the point in my life where I'm like, what's it going to be for dinner tonight again? And I just kind of, hopefully there's something left over in the fridge because I don't want to cook when I get home. And my wife's probably like, what? You never cook. She's probably like, I do all the cooking. But I imagine she feels the same way as well. And we got another message from 1656nim who says, I wake up every morning and want to delete the duvet fold. Duvet? Maybe duvet, is that how you say that? But it's simple to roll the duvet around your feet. The duvet is the cover, right? A bed cover? Oh, yeah, so making your bed. I've actually been really fastidious about making my bed recently, and I don't know why. It bothers me if I don't make my bed. I can't start my day without doing it. I think something is wrong. So maybe I'll ask Melissa about that when she comes in. Is there something wrong with that or not? Yeah, so if you have some more answers, please send them in. I'm fascinated. What do you want to delete from your daily routine? You can text us at 샵9050 or that's pound 9050 for 101. Or you can reach us on Kakao for free. Just search BEFM or Busan영어방송, and you can send us a message for free on Kakao, that is. And also you can reach us on the smartphone app. You can search BEFM or Busan영어방송 at any of those app stores. And there you can listen to our program for free, including the music. And all you have to do is log in and you can send us comments in there. So with that in mind, I'm excited to talk to Melissa. So we'll be right back with Officially Amazing. Welcome to the studio, Melissa. It's good to see you. It feels like it's been so long.
Oh, yes, so long. It's been, well, I guess it has been a week.
A week, roughly.
Because we do school reporters together, or
That's
I guess
right.
we did.
Well, we've got one more coming up.
One more, that's true.
This will be our last
That's
one this
true.
weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm going to be very
I'm going to be depressed. You're ditching me.
I'm not.
I think of We Bare Bears. Don't ditch Ice Bear.
Oh,
You
okay.
ditched Ice Bear.
I did not intentionally ditch Ice Bear.
I know,
That
I know.
sounds dangerous.
Yeah, you didn't ditch me, but
No.
anyway.
But we just love working together. That's
Yep.
what it is, right?
Yep.
So at
Yes,
least
it
we'll
is.
continue here.
Yes.
And
yes, we will.
yeah, I'll get to see you every Tuesday. Is that right?
Yes, every Tuesday. That's the plan.
Okay.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you before we get into it, is there something you want to delete from your daily routine? Something simple or something annoying?
So there's actually something I already ditched, which is like charging the wireless earbuds.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I don't use like sound on my phone or, whatever. I don't use it often enough to remember like,
okay.
the battery's getting low. So it just randomly like, I want to use it. And then of course they're always dead.
Right. See, it's annoying.
I don't have the time not only to charge them, but I
Right.
don't have the time to remember to charge them.
That's it. And
That's
if you,
the most important.
Right? So if you think about it, you're wasting part of your day thinking about charging something.
I literally
So-
have to write myself a sticky note, charge them.
Right.
And then I have to remember where I put the sticky note. And then I have to read the sticky, it's too much.
It's a whole process.
Yeah. So that I've already eliminated. And then a sad thing, which also I've eliminated, which I don't want to eliminate, is lunch.
Now, okay, we were talking about this off the air, and I'm hungry. You just said that you deleted lunch. I ate lunch before I came here. That made me hungry out of, I think, fear, out of being hungry. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine deleting lunch from my daily routine, but you did.
Yeah, there's no time. I never eat breakfast because breakfast is the worst meal of the day. I hate breakfast.
We're going to have to agree to disagree. I love breakfast.
Yeah. See, I like some people, they need it, right? Because of their
that's me.
blood sugar.
Right.
And, they get like so like I'm getting booed for my hate of breakfast.
Yeah.
But
fired up out there.
For me, if I wake up and I eat, my stomach is just like upset all day. Like, oh, what did you do to me? No.
So no breakfast.
So I always skip breakfast unless you include Americano. I always do an Americano.
Is that breakfast?
Yes.
So
maybe.
you're just pouring
in Italy
coffee straight into your tummy.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's breakfast. And then I want to eat lunch, but just with my schedule, most days I would finish my other job at like 3 p.m.
Right.
And then like I try to get home. And some days if I have other work to do, then I don't get home till 6. And it's like, well, why don't I just wait a couple hours and just eat dinner?
Oh my goodness. Are you hearing this? This poor woman. What is she doing to herself?
I mean, I do sometimes have some snacks. Like
coffee.
Yes.
Pour more coffee.
So I do about 3 to 4 Americanos a day. I'm not talking that little baby paper cup. No.
A big one?
Yeah, of course.
Wow, you don't mess around.
I don't mess around.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be very surprised if anybody would say, yes, I want to delete breakfast and or lunch from my day. But hey, you know what? Maybe sometimes, eating is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
You have to think about what you want, and that goes back to our listener's comment. Hannah Nim was saying if you cook, then you got to think about it. Like, what am I going to make this time?
And you have to go to the grocery store,
Right.
and you have to take the time to prepare it, and then you have to eat it, and then you have to clean up, and it just, I'm tired.
Gotcha.
I'm already tired just thinking about it.
Well, you know what? I don't want you to think about it anymore. Forget it. Forget I asked you at all.
Forgetting.
We'll let the listeners add their own things they want to delete. Instead, I should get to Officially Amazing. So what are we going to talk about in Officially Amazing?
Yes. So in this segment, it's always about amazing people, accomplishments, or feats from today and years gone by. And one thing I always think is amazing is trends.
Oh, okay.
So we are talking about trends today.
Amazing trends.
Amazing trends, specifically on social media. Because,
my favorite.
Yeah, there's always a big mix of good, bad, and my favorite, weird trends.
Would I be included in weird trends? Yes, I would. Yes.
Possibly. So, depending on where you're from or where you've lived, this first beverage trend, it might seem either totally strange or normal. So, Casey, I know you're from the U.S., but I don't actually know where you're from. Like, where have you lived in
all
the
over.
U.S.?
Actually, all over. So I'll give you the long story short. Born near Seattle.
Okay.
Long Island, New York. Rural North Carolina.
Okay.
And then Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's usually how I have to explain it, and then
okay.
people kind of understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really hopscotched all over.
Oh, yeah.
But you weren't exactly in this place. I don't know if South Carolina would be included in this trend.
Okay.
It originates in the Deep South, like Mississippi.
Oh,
Alabama.
Okay. Oh,
So not like
yes.
a little far from South Carolina.
Actually, not too far, like culturally speaking.
Yes.
There's a lot of similarities there.
Right. So I'm not totally sure. Maybe they have this or not. And it's actually not a new beverage trend, but it's new to so many people on social media.
Ah, okay.
So when others outside of the Deep South learned of this modified beverage, they were really quick to jump on board and try it.
Okay.
And Casey, as a host welcome present.
Oh, no.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I've recreated the drink for you. Now this.
Can I say what's in it? I know the legal word we can use for it. Can I tell you?
Oh, what's the legal word?
Use hoochu.
Hoochu.
Yeah,
It's so cute.
Hoochu. Use
Oh,
hoochu. Isa. Hoochu
Okay.
Isa.
Okay.
So that's what's in here.
Okay. So I recreated it for you. Sorry, it spilled a little bit. But this version is homemade because there's no place called Sonic here. It's an American drive-through / park and eat car franchise popular for their drinks menu
Right.
in
It was like
southern
one of
U.S.
those if you've ever seen like movies about the 1950s where like there's like roller skating people
Yes.
that bring you your food.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
what that is, right?
It's a modern day version of that.
Right.
But even though it's homemade, I tried to keep it as authentic as possible. So,
right.
Casey, I need you to try it and tell me what you think.
Okay, so
I
I'm gonna
recreated.
try it right
Yep,
now.
you're going to try it. He's sipping, hopefully happily. I don't see any. Okay, now I'm seeing a little reaction. A little. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
All right. His face has given us the pucker, which is actually part of this name, where it's like, you know, if you have something really sour and your face like scrunches up, like, what did I just have? What do you think you're tasting right now?
Well, I know the legal name of one of the ingredients that we're going to use is huchu isa. Okay, so there must be that in there.
Yes.
I'm guessing. But beyond that, I can't guess because I was hit by 3 or 4 different flavors. At first, it was like kind of sweet and familiar. And then there was something that was like almost coffee-like.
Oh, okay.
And then there was something that was like kind of sour. And then at the end, I was like, I don't know what is happening. There's something I don't understand. My brain just kind of.
Okay, I'm not totally sure where the coffee is coming from. Maybe that's just kind of like a mix of the other flavors.
And perhaps, I did cover that up. Perhaps because I saw a certain logo on the cup.
You
that
were
into my
like,
brain.
it made you think to expect coffee because you saw a coffee logo on the cup.
I did.
But so this, I was worried I would have to do a diet version, but I did find the full sugar version of
What I need.
Huchu Isa for you. So this is as authentic as we can get in Korea. The whole idea here is sweet and sour balance. And the name of this is the Huchu Isa pucker. And the pucker is, you know, your face, like when you eat something really sour.
Like bite a lemon.
Yes. Like in Korea, there's the 3,000 milligram, like vitamin C kind of powder shots. And whoa, like the face you make.
Right.
That is the pucker. And that is supposed to be recreated with this sour drink.
I see.
So, yeah, this is soda
Okay.
plus pickles.
Oh, you're grossing me out.
Pickles.
Oh, I'm gonna throw
You can
up.
take off the lid.
Okay.
And you can check. I covered it up so that Casey couldn't see.
Yes, there's a cover on here.
There's a cover on it because I didn't want him to judge it before he tried it.
Oh, that sounds terrible. There it is.
You can see. Yeah, it must be dill pickles. In Korea, sweet pickles are pretty common.
Right.
But
I wish I would probably dump it all over the computer.
Yeah, don't dump it. You have to drink more so that you can show.
Do I have to drink more? Oh, now that I know what it is, I'm going to be even more.
Do it. Yeah. See, there we go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo!
Now I can taste it. Now that I know what it is, I
Yep.
can identify it.
Okay.
That's so weird.
So, I mean, it is trending on social media, especially the site Tik. A poster specifically made this trendy. She goes by the name of Mima. So she actually made a video ordering this beverage, and the local franchise worker was obviously not phased at all. They knew how to add in the surcharge for the pickles. It was no trouble.
Really?
Proving this is a common thing in some regions. And we actually have a clip of the employee taking this woman's order. Judge for yourself how often you think this employee takes this kind of order.
This bottom man, take your order, please.
Yes, ma'am. I need to get a large Dr. Pepper with pickles.
All right, we got a large Dr. Pepper with pickles. And you're going to see the cherries up there, ma'am, and that's going to be your pickles, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
I know that accent well. Yeah, this is Mississippi, right?
This is Mississippi.
There's a lot of similarity between the South Carolina accent and Mississippi. I
there you
snuck
go.
it.
See, you fall right into it.
Yes, ma'am. I tell you. You know, when I first tasted it, I didn't realize there was pickles in here. And
yeah, but them there pickles pretty good, ain't they?
I surely don't enjoy it at all.
Really?
It's
Okay.
weird. Do you like it?
It's weird. I
like it?
haven't tried it.
You made me try it for. Okay, so now we see what kind of person you are. Make me try it first.
You know, honestly, I had enough pickles to make 2, and I lost my first pack of pickles. And so then, like this morning, I was frantically like, where did my first pack of pickles go? And so I don't know. Maybe when they start smelling bad in a couple weeks, those old pickles will turn up. But hey, I sacrificed for you.
Oh,
Okay.
You know, Melissa, and I really appreciate it because I haven't tried anything that really surprised me in a while. As we were just talking, sometimes food gets boring.
Right,
You're
it
like, I
does.
don't know what I'm going to try today. I did not expect this taste combination today.
Yeah.
So something new.
Sweet and sour. And again, it's something people, they already like enough to order again and again. People of the internet, they wanted to try. So a new convert to the trend said, I tried this today with my 2-year-old and it's a new favorite.
The 2-year-old liked it as well?
Yeah.
You don't give your 2-year-old. Don't give this to your
Don't give a
2-year-old.
2-year-old.
What's happening in Mississippi?
I don't know. Another commenter on Mima's video said she's been drinking her soda this way since the 80s.
Oh, wow.
But she did specify the brand of pickle you use is really important.
Yes, because the amount of sour, perhaps,
Yes.
is what is key, right?
And so this is not the same pickle because we can't
See if I
buy
can
it in
spot the brand on
Korea.
this one.
Yeah.
I think I know what that is.
Yeah, right. You know what that
I
is.
think I know.
It's the only dill pickle you can easily buy in Korea.
I think I know where you got it.
Yes, you do. And then an employee actually at the American franchise famous for this drink, they chimed in saying, I've had 3 people order pickles in their drink today. What is happening? So,
I guess it's a thing.
yeah, see?
You know what? You got to always listen to Mima. Do you know what Mima means?
Grandma.
That's right. Yes, we've
Mima
both
is
lived in the
grandma.
South. Mima
Yes.
means grandma.
Yes, and also nah.
Nah?
Nah
PD?
could be grandma.
Nah, PD is
Oh!
grandma? Oh, cool. Congratulations.
Could be, yes.
So nah is another
Nah
term for
is grandma, like nah and pa.
Ah, that one I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Mima I'm familiar with. Pawpaw for grandpa.
Pawpaw,
Yeah, it's kind of
yes.
South Carolina style.
Yes.
Well, I could go on with that all day, but I understand you picked a song for me on purpose today.
Yes, I did.
You want to introduce it?
So I know that you are unfamiliar with this group, Les Seraphim.
I have no idea.
But you must be familiar because they are super, super popular. So we
As
are
popular
going to
as this drink, this beverage?
maybe more popular.
Oh, look out. Mima,
Oh,
look
yeah.
out, Mima.
So let's take a listen to Les Seraphim Smart.
All right. Welcome back. That was, what was that again? Les Seraphim?
Les Seraphim Smart.
Oh, you are smart. Cool. I was like, what is that song? I wasn't even paying attention. Was I? I was busy like thinking about what I was drinking.
Yeah. I mean, for Casey's credit, during the song break, he did like continue drinking. He's like, I don't like this. And then he keeps drinking it. So I feel like that speaks to how addictive it gets. The sweet and the sour.
I mean, by the end of this cup, I might actually have a problem and need to go get another one. Like, I might call you up tonight like, hey, Melissa, could you come over? Can you make me another one?
I'm going to be your Huchu Isa pickle supplier.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Why we got people coming over the house at midnight? I don't know. We got a message from Kim Hyunju Nim who says, "Hi Casey and Melissa, it's so fun to experience beverages with pickles in it. Maybe. I'm not sure if it's fun or not. It's a new sensation, I'll say.
It's worth trying. Like Mima in the Casey's not a convert yet, but they say, on social media, if you like this soda, which not everybody in Korea does especially, but if you like the soda and you like dill pickles, don't do this with sweet pickles, but dill pickles, then give it a try.
Right. If you did the sweet pickles, I wonder, would you even notice a difference? It's like, or now you probably would.
I guess, but it's because people explain it, pickles, they have vinegar. And vinegar, for example, if you're making macaroni and cheese and it's just kind of like bland, you add a little bit of vinegar to it, and then it gives it that kick that you need to bring out the flavors. And it's kind of like the same concept.
I gotcha.
Here. Yeah.
I've only ever made macaroni and cheese that comes out of a box.
You don't need to add vinegar to that one, just powder.
It's plenty of kick in that powder that is certainly not cheese or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this is not the only trend you've got for us today. Please.
You're right.
Please, something more delicious.
Something more delicious. So, okay, more delicious, I don't know. Do you like cola? As you're drinking this one, I love it. You're like, I don't like it. Yeah, as you ponder and drink. Do you like cola?
Do I like cola? Generally, no. I don't really drink soda much. But
okay.
I don't hate it.
What if you added something to it? Then would you like it more?
Something at a bar, perhaps?
I was thinking like PG, but okay, if you want to go that route, we're thinking PG route.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Is that legal?
Ice cream. Is it legal?
Yeah, it seems like I've had that.
I always remember one thing my dad said, which was for the floats, which is, adding ice cream to a drink.
Right.
The float is good with every soda except cola.
Oh, so that is illegal.
Almost.
Okay.
Right. So that's my dad's opinion. Maybe people disagree.
Your dad's not law enforcement?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
So,
He's not.
It's just his opinion.
Right.
Okay.
I think like strawberry floats are the best. The strawberry soda.
Strawberry soda with vanilla ice cream?
Vanilla ice cream.
Ooh.
It is awesome.
I've never had that.
But usually ice cream and cola, not something people pair until now. Trending on social media, very similar concept, but instead of ice cream, you have ice, 250 milliliters of cola, 200 milliliters of milk.
Oh.
That is right. So people have been asking, why is this delicious?
Yeah, I don't... What?
So apparently a lot of people, they tried this just as a joke, but they ended up liking it.
All right, can I go over this again? So you said ice... 250 milliliters of cola and 200 milliliters of milk. So nearly half-half.
Yes.
Cola and milk plus ice.
Yes, and this is trending on the Korean side of social media.
All right, somebody let me know.
Yes. And so people, they say it's refreshing, surprisingly delicious. Someone in the comment section, they suggested adding blueberries to make it even better.
Blueberries to what the mix already is?
Yeah, so adding cola, milk, and blueberries. I don't know.
I cringe.
Right. I'm not able to try this without risking accidental death because I'm actually allergic to dairy.
Right. We've talked about that.
But do you think you'd want to try? Would it be better than your soda with pickles?
Yeah, I would think it would be better.
Really?
Is my guess, yeah.
Really?
But I don't know why.
Because
this is not terrible, but...
Because I would worry that, wouldn't the carbonation in the cola kind of, curdle the milk?
Oh, well, isn't there, a milk soda that's very popular in Korea? I don't know if it's really made with milk, but it's, got milk in the name.
But it's not the...
it's not real
you're
milk.
right, though. But anyway, it's not the cola flavor, but I
No.
see what you mean. So maybe it wouldn't curdle.
And maybe carbonated milk would be interesting, I guess.
I don't know.
Curdled
Anyway,
milk? Ooh,
yeah.
that you don't want.
Okay.
Okay,
So
but-
that's a trend. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But we have another beverage trend, a final one, and this one is totally bad. Everybody
is
knows
bad?
this is bad. And so this is very popular with Gen Z. Have you heard of Borg drinking?
Borg drinking. Oh, I'm going to go back to Star Trek. The Borg is a collective race of android people. They're robot-like. So the Borg, they...
You have totally lost me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I have no idea. But
So that's the only time I've ever heard of
That's the only
Borg.
time Borg. So it's trending now with North American university students. So maybe this is why you
This
don't
is
know
bad
the
news
new
then.
meaning of Borg. It's really dangerous though.
That
so
figures.
the name says it all. Borg stands for Blackout Rage Gallon, which implies if you drink this monstrosity, you'll black out, or in Korean, cut the film, as they say.
How do you say that in Korean? I can't remember.
That's not good.
Okay, yeah, right. That's
it's not good,
What are these college kids doing? Shouldn't they be studying?
right? They should.
What are they doing?
But yeah.
Okay, so if the name is gallon, that means they're drinking a lot. That's
Yes.
like roughly 3 liters, right?
Yes, it is.
So are they actually drinking a whole gallon? Is that the idea?
That is the idea, and that's the problem, right? So you have, whatever random gallon jug,
Yeah.
they fill it with vodka,
Oh,
problem, water, some kind of flavoring like maybe lemon, and then electrolyte powder.
it's like the sports drink type stuff.
Yeah, like sports drink stuff. And, you have electrolytes and flavoring, which is good, but this like DIY recipe is really dangerous because people don't measure.
Right, okay. Yeah, they're just mixing stuff together without any... Like, if you at least you're going to do the milk and the cola together, 250 milliliters.
Yes.
200 milliliters. But with
Exactly.
this, these kids are just dumping everything together.
Yes, and that's the problem. So years ago, this was called jungle juice.
Oh, I've had that.
Yes. So
I was a good student, though.
okay. Allegedly. Yeah, so jungle
I
juice,
studied.
basically new name is Borg. But people drink this at darties. You know a darty?
Darty is a party, some kind of party.
You're right. Outdoor day party.
An outdoor
Day
day
party,
party.
darty. Outdoor day party, darty.
New language, here we go.
Yeah, like the natsul, right? Day
Oh, yeah,
drinking.
right.
So already day drinking is dangerous. And then if you have 3+ liters of something where you didn't measure the alcohol,
And it's got vodka in it for sure.
yeah, that's a problem. So,
Right.
you could do this safely. If it's, 3+ liters and you put, for example, only 2 servings of vodka in there, assuming you are
Little
legal
shots.
drinking age, then that could actually be healthier than buying a drink, right? Because
Sure.
you have 3 liters, only 2 servings of alcohol. Hey.
Right, if there's
that's-
enough water, you're technically hydrating yourself, which
Yes.
alcohol dehydrates you, right?
Yeah, so it could be better. But
Could
if you're
be.
not measuring, this is, it's so dangerous because you don't know. How much
Right.
did you just drink? And then you're outside in the sun and you're dehydrated and yeah.
I gotcha.
So 1 drink an hour if you have to do a Borg to fit in.
If you have to do a Borg.
If you
Excuse me, guys, I have something to do. I have to do a Borg.
to fit in. A lot of people, they feel the peer pressure, it's very serious. So if you really are just want to try, measure.
Right.
Measure so you know what you're putting in your body.
I wonder how they would measure properly though. Like, is there some website out there where Borg recipes, maybe it is a thing.
Hey, it should be a thing.
It should be for safety.
Yes, for safety.
Here's your
make
blackout
it
rage
a
gallon
thing,
recipe.
Right? I would say if it's 3 liters, I would put a maximum at 3 servings of alcohol. For example, vodka, 3 shots, measure, with then 1 liter of water for each shot. I mean, it's a little watered down, but
How many
safety
pickles would
first.
you put in it?
I only put in 1 pickle.
Okay, so for a Borg, perhaps maybe 2 or 3 pickles just to kind of...
Oh, yeah, good idea.
There we go.
Yeah, healthy.
All of these things I'm not going to drink. This is it. I'm drinking this one. I'm not doing the Borg. I'll think about the milk and cola. But Melissa, it has been fascinating. Listen to these new trends. I'm scared for the future. But I am looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday.
Yes, I will see you back here next week.
Awesome. And I understand you've got one more song for us that you chose?
Yes, this is a personal favorite of mine. So the group is IVE, and this song a little bit slower for IVE. It's Either Way.
All right, and that's going to do it for us for the first hour. So enjoy this song, and we'll be back at 3.
Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Electric kickboards and electric bicycles are common on the streets these days. With the increased use of personal mobility devices, the number of accidents and deaths have reportedly increased significantly.
Personal Mobility Patrol Mode.
I don't need to wear a safety helmet because I'm only riding a short distance.
Wear a safety helmet. When you drive your personal mobility devices, you have to wear a safety helmet.
Hey, I rented an electric kickboard. Let's ride it together.
Okay, you drive in the front, I'll get in the back.
Follow the number of passengers. Only one person can ride an electric kickboard and electric wheel parallel car.
Follow the rules of personal mobility devices and drive safely. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 3 o'clock.
Welcome back to 2 p.m. Reboot, everybody. That was Lionheart Fearless by Joel Corey. And that song, well, what is a Lionheart, right? So it's a great film, I recall, a Van Damme film. But this song is about Lionheart as a person of exceptional courage who faces and deals with danger or hardship without flinching. Who is a Lionheart? 저요. I just drank 후추 의사 and pickle. I think I am a Lionheart. I did it without thinking about it, and now my stomach is kind of like, something shifting. It's kind of getting weird there. But okay, who are some famous examples of Lionhearts besides myself, of course? Okay, race driver Dan Weldon, mixed martial artist Anthony Smith, and Lionheart was also the former ring name of a professional wrestler named Chris Jericho. I remember that name. Joel Corey's production style is usually considered tech house or tropical house, which sounds like a nice place to live, but he veers into early 2010s EDM. Let's see. He said, "This record is a new direction for me and an evolution of my sound. I wanted to create an anthem for the festival main stages." Cool. I think he might have succeeded with that. Awesome. Well, you're listening to us here on the 2 p.m. Reboot with Casey McKeever. We're live in the studio in Busan on this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the program, everybody. And you're listening to us here in Busan, of course, on BEFM 90.5. If you're in Gijang, Jeongwan, and Noksan, you're listening to us on 103.3 FM. And also in Seoul, we're on TBS EFM 101.3 FM, of course, and in Gwangju at GFN 98.7 FM. So we've got the second hour now we're in, and I'm going to be a little shaken every now and then because of the first hour. Melissa brought me a beverage that she concocted, some kind of new trend. I'm going to keep at it, though. I think I'm going to finish this over the course of the second hour. It's something. So what we got coming up for you in hour number 2? The daily list. We've got a list for everything. Today, our list is going to be the most popular electronics worldwide. We keep talking about all of these electronic devices with batteries. Oh, yes, which reminds me, speaking of technology, I really wanted to share a picture of what this looks like. So if you go to the website, if you go to befm.or.kr, and you can find us on the homepage there, there's my picture. Oh, dear, that's me. You'll see the 2 p.m. reboot. You can click on that, and we put up a picture in the photo gallery. There it is, in all its glory. It's an interesting drink. Would I recommend it? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. By the end of the second hour, I'll probably have my opinion formed. I keep drinking it, so I guess that's a good sign. So yeah, if you want to check out that picture, you can just go to the our website. befm.or.kr, and under the 2 p.m. reboot. You can just scroll down at the bottom. You'll see the photo gallery right there. Or you can click on community and bring up photo gallery too. It's, it's something. Thank you, Melissa, for bringing that in. I'll pay you back somehow, someday. So, okay, one thing Melissa had also mentioned was she's got these wireless earbuds that, people listen to. She kind of just gave up on it because they're getting annoying, right? That was our question of the day. What's one thing you'd like to delete from your daily routine? I don't recommend deleting lunch or breakfast. I think you should eat 3 meals a day, I think. But 매일 반복적으로 하는 일과 중에서 삭제하고 싶은 것 하나는 무엇인가요? So yeah, okay. So we've had some messages about things different people want to delete. So from Aina Nim, who mentioned, every day I wake up at 5 a.m. and do morning yoga, take a shower, have breakfast, and go to work. It is often very difficult to wake up so early, but if I don't do my morning stretching, my body will cruelly take revenge on me all day, and my muscles and joints will hurt very much. Therefore, I have to do these exercises every morning. That's my daily routine. So, Ainanim, does that mean you actually want to delete these morning stretching routines if you could? Or have you just accepted that, I have to? And I completely understand. I have to do them at night, it seems like. I haven't tried doing them in the morning, but at night I will do, I use a foam roller, which basically the idea is just to kind of, especially around your joints, like maybe your shoulders or your knee joints, is to kind of reduce inflammation. And if I don't do it at night, the next morning I feel terrible. So I didn't do it last night. So you can guess I'm not feeling in the best shape today, but it was a busy day. So what are you going to do? Sometimes that happens. So please, send us your messages. If you have something you want to delete from your daily routine, you can reach us at 샵9050 or pound 9050. That'll cost 100 won. If you want to reach us for free on Kakao Talk, just search BEFM or Busan 영어방송, and you can send us a message for free on that. You can also download the smartphone app in any of the app stores that you might have on a phone. Just search BEFM or Busan 영어방송, and you can download the app and listen to our program live wherever you might be at, with music included, and you can leave us some comments after you log in. So, coming up, we've also got Tomorrow Today. I'm going to talk about some other advancements in technology. It's all connected. But we'll be right back with the daily list after this song. We're going to take a listen to Shades of Love by the Blessed Madonna featuring The Joy. All right, now it is time for the daily list. There is a list for everything, and we'll find them all. That is the mission. And of course, today we've been talking about things you want to delete from your routine. I was giving you a hint. It might be electronics related. Yeah, I've got this brand new laptop, and I'm really trying to keep the battery in good condition. So I'm very careful about, how much I charge the battery, how much I let it drain. It's annoying. All of this is annoying to me. So I thought, okay, well, am I the only person with this problem? Probably not. So today I wanted to take a look at the most popular electronics worldwide. And of course, that includes things like laptops, smartphones, tablets, which I actually do not own a tablet still. But there's all kinds of things that require batteries these days. You might have smart, quote-unquote, speakers, right? But they might be something that are like wireless, and then they require some charging as well. There's all kinds of things to keep us hopefully entertained, and that's the idea. It should be, things we enjoy, but we also have to keep charging them and keep them up to, in good condition. All right, but so I wanted to see, what is the most popular device consumers use these days? Probably not a big surprise. This is a recent report published in 2024, and according to worldwide data, 97.8% consumers worldwide own mobile phones. And that was actually a big surprise to me. That seems higher even than possible. But, if you think about it, almost everybody, there are exceptions, of course, but it seems like almost everybody has a mobile phone, and that means everybody has a charging issue to think about. Out of those mobile phones, 97.6 of those are considered a smartphone. Okay, so what is a smartphone? It's the one that has the features that we use, like not only just making calls, but access to the internet, maybe having a camera, usually the ability to watch movies. And for a lot of us, they are a replacement for a camera. I don't even use other cameras anymore. I just use my mobile phone for pretty much everything. So yeah, a lot of us have those. Coming in at number 3 of the most popular electronic devices is a laptop or a desktop computer. And it's a huge drop from like 97% of people to 57.7%. So that kind of surprised me. But if you think about it, phones are actually doing the job that a lot of times a computer used to do. And I can definitely organize my schedule. I can definitely create documents. There's all kinds of things I do with my phone where I don't need my computer most of the day. So yeah, a lot of people are maybe not needing computers as much as they used to previously. But that means at the same time, another device that's kind of meant to replace computers is probably creeping up the list slowly, which is tablet devices. That is the third most popular electronic device. It's number 4 on this list because it's not a kind of a phone. So just under 1/3 of people worldwide own at least one. So around like 31% of people. And I guess the idea is eventually maybe tablets will replace what we consider to be normal computers like desktops or laptops. The tablets, they function basically just as well. A lot of the apps that you can use on a tablet are just as good that you can use on many kinds of consumer laptops and desktop devices. So maybe I'll break down and get one. But I'm kind of hesitant to get a tablet at the moment. I think I have enough. I just paid way too much money for a laptop. So I think I'll pass on that for now. A lot of people also coming in at number 5 on the list. I think another thing that we'll see increase more and more are smartwatches or smart wristbands. So almost the same, roughly like 30% of people worldwide have at least one smartwatch or smart wristband. Not me. This is as not smart as you can get. This watch has been with me for a long time. Does it require a battery? Yes. So every now and then I have to be like, oh man, get a new battery. But yeah, a lot of people are wearing smartwatches, smart wristbands. My mom has one. She needed help setting it up last time I went to visit. So are they too smart for us is the question perhaps. But yeah, so smart, I think we're going to see more and more people buying those. And I definitely see a lot of my students in class with those. Be careful on test time. No cheating. So another thing that a lot of people have are game consoles. And game consoles can, that would be any kind of console that's not a computer where you can play video games. Those are number 7 on the list. Number 6 on the list. About 20% roughly of people own those. I think that probably used to be much higher. I know when I was a child of the 80s, it seemed like a lot of people had these game consoles at home. But I think in a lot of cases, they've probably been replaced by desktop or laptop computers. So perhaps less need for the console. Would I like to have one? Kind of. I kind of miss having a game console. They're kind of fun. Next on the list, we've got at number 8, a TV streaming device. And this is something I think is going to become more and more popular as well because, yes, I spend a lot of time watching streaming programs on my laptop. However, given the choice, I would definitely prefer to watch it. We have a TV at home. If I could watch it on a larger screen, yeah, I would. But we haven't actually gotten one of those TV streaming devices. We have 2 kids. We're trying to keep them away from TV as much as possible until it's inevitable. So not for us yet, but I think this is something that a lot more people will have as well. On 9 on the list was kind of surprising to me, something they call a feature phone. So what does that mean? So a feature phone is a basic phone, basically a basic phone. You have the ability to make calls and send texts. You could probably access the internet, but you don't have a camera, and you don't have, definitely not a high quality camera. And the main purpose of the phone is just for communication. So those are actually 6.9% of people around the world have a feature phone. And that kind of made me miss my old phone because these days I actually threw it in my bag before the show started so I wouldn't look at it. But these days I feel like I'm checking my phone all the time. Whereas when I had my first mobile phone was like a flip phone, I didn't really think about it that much. I probably had it in my pocket, but it wasn't like I always felt the need to check it and see, did I get a message? Did I get an email? What's happening on Insta? So these feature phones, I think I wouldn't mind actually having one again. And finally, on the bottom of the list, at number 10, virtual reality devices. Surprising to me, 4.4% of people own at least one of these worldwide. That's a little bit higher than I expected because there has been a lot of talk about the idea of virtual devices. There's some big companies, a fruit company, for example, that kind of famously recently launched one. And there was immediate pushback about how it was way too expensive, how it was way too cumbersome. And I could imagine not wanting to walk around with, this huge thing strapped to my head. And why would you need that? I don't know. So I don't see the appeal for virtual reality devices yet. Do I think it's going to increase in the future? I do. And if you go to a lot of places, like maybe city government sponsored, this is something that they're trying to kind of tap into, using AR and using VR technology to kind of bring people in and show them something interesting about the place. There's a park, Busan Park. That's a big project they're doing there as well. So at some point, I imagine you'll be able to bring your virtual reality device to the park and interact with whatever different software programs they have there and learn about the history of the park and all kinds of things that you can't do without that device. So I think these kinds of things will definitely become more common. And what's going to be the problem? Another thing to charge. All of these things on the list, well, most of them require a battery that you can't keep plugged in all day, probably the exception of the TV streaming device. But all of these things require batteries, and it seems like more and more in our daily lives, we're dependent on these batteries. And if they stop functioning, suddenly we have no way to communicate with people, and we find ourselves kind of shut off from society. So this battery problem, I wonder, is there a way that we can solve this? That's what we're going to talk about a little later in Tomorrow Today. But first, let's take a quick song break. Let's listen to a song called This Is the Day by The. All right, that was the or the with This Is the Day, classic 80s tune, classic 80s band. Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. I'm your host, Casey McKeever. I wanted to share a couple of messages. We're kind of getting some different messages about daily routines, not just what people want to delete, but maybe what people want to change as well. So 6761 Nim says, I really want to start not delaying all the things. I always delay things, so I sleep late. Me too. I have that problem as well. Even last night, I was working on some things for today and on my other job as well. And I just found myself at right around midnight and just being like, oh, why did I do this so late? Why did I do this so late? 6761 Nim also says, also, I want to try reading one novel a month rather than watching social media. So perhaps, yeah, we can put down the smartphone. I'm guessing that's where I check my social media, right? I'm assuming most people do. And it's always constant, right? These updates and bing, you get a message. All right, who's messaging me now? So if you want to read one novel a month, I think find a good place to hide the smartphone. And as you say, it might make your eyesight better. Who knows? That could work. Hey Me Nim says, let's see here. Hey Me Nim says, I go to the top. I'll have to look better for that. I can't see it. Okay, I'll get back to that one, I promise. Let's see. Ben Nim says in the NawTube chat there, I'd like to delete sleep as well as all forms of resting for my daily routine without adverse health consequences. Gotcha. That's something that my wife talks about a lot. Wanting to delete sleep. I kind of don't understand because I love sleep so much. But I do recognize that if you didn't have to sleep, you could probably do a lot more in the day. But man, I love sleep, especially when it's like a good 7 to 8 hours sleep. I just feel so much better when I wake up the next day. So I get you, Ben Nim, but I do not wish that at all. I do wish I had more hours in the day, and I guess there's no way to do that without sacrificing something. So sleep might have to go, right? Okay, now I got Hey Me Nim's message. I don't like the time to move places between a full day and in the middle of the schedule. I guess because I'm a mother of 2 kids and I get very busy during a day. So if I can delete the time to move around, it will save me so much time and energy. Gotcha. Yeah, actually going from place to place. I completely sympathize. I currently live a little bit closer to everywhere that I work, and that has changed my life for the better, for real. That was like a big life change for me. I remember when I was growing up, my mom, she would drive an hour by car from where we live to work, and I just can't fathom. I know a lot of people do that. And in Busan, it's easy to take an hour at rush hour, right? To get just from maybe, let's say, Haeundae to where I live, to Yongdang-dong, that area, right? I know it can take people a really long amount of time, and you're not going that far because there's a lot of traffic. But my mom would actually drive an hour, and she was driving long distance every day, an hour to work and then an hour back. And I was like, wow, what a waste of time, right? It feels like it. Is there some way you can use that time? Not while you're driving. At least if you're on the subway or something, maybe you can read or do something productive. But I guess we have to wait until those smart cars come about without, where you don't need a driver. I don't know if I want to ride in one of those, but, that could be a benefit for people as well. So great. Thanks for your messages. I appreciate them. Keep them coming in. Yeah, we're talking about what you would like to delete from your daily routine. 매일 반복적으로 하는 일과 중에서 삭제하고 싶은 것 하나는 무엇인가요? So yeah, please keep sending in your messages. I'm fascinated by your daily routines. With that, we're going to come right back with Tomorrow Today. All right, so in Tomorrow Today, we're going to look at some stories about advancements in different fields and give ourselves a look at what the future holds. So I've been talking a lot today about charging devices. Well, there's a reason. There was a story I read over the weekend, And I get excited when I see these kinds of things. The headline was supercapacitor. Is it where a supercapacitor discovery could allow laptops to be charged in just 1 minute, engineer claims. So this is maybe the future of charging all of these various devices we got. It lies perhaps in supercapacitors. The idea, according to this article, is if they get these working as well as they want them to, we could charge phones and laptops in 60 seconds, and we could charge electric cars in possibly 10 minutes. So this came from a press release. The University of Colorado at Boulder announced that the researchers there have achieved a breakthrough when it comes to understanding how ion particles behave. Okay, smart people doing smart things. Why is this important? This could be the key to figuring out how to use these supercapacitors in the way they've been intended. This has been an idea that's been around for a while. Supercapacitors originally were proposed as a way to kind of charge all of these electronics lightning fast. But the problem has been, how do we increase the energy density to match or exceed those of lithium-ion batteries? And that's why, so far, we're still using these lithium-ion batteries that are in everything from your phone to your smartwatch to this computer. That's why lithium's everywhere, right? So compared to conventional batteries, they can store 10 times more energy than today's supercapacitors, right? So these lithium-ion batteries, they're the best we've got so far. However, if these supercapacitors, if we can kind of break into their technology that we can use it efficiently, this will be a big change for everybody. I know this is talked about in the news a lot, that one reason people are not adopting electric cars in the United States, for example, and other countries, they don't want to waste time charging a car. It's so much faster and easier for a lot of people to just go to a gas station and fill up your car. That doesn't take 10 minutes, does it? But if you have an electric car currently, it takes a while to charge them. And if they can, actually use these supercapacitors in car batteries as well, can you imagine? Do you charge your car in under 10 minutes? I think a lot more people would be interested in buying an electric car. And that would kind of clean up the air pollution situation, I think, greatly around the world. So one of the researchers that was involved in this study is a chemical and biological engineer by the name of Ankur Gupta. He's the lead author of this new study that's just been released and published. And the primary appeal of supercapacitors, according to Ankur Gupta, is their speed. So that's a given, that they're much faster. But the problem is, how do we make their charging and release of energy faster by the more efficient movement of ions? Okay, so how do they solve that problem? Okay, I'm just on the radio. I can't tell you. But basically what the breakthrough is, they found an update to something called Kirchhoff's law. And that's the defining principle in electrical current theory. What does that mean? It basically says that voltage must move in specific loops. So what his team discovered was ions move differently through porous environments, such as those found in supercapacitors, than one would expect if you follow just Kirchhoff's law strictly. So in other words, this might be a law that has been broken by a new material. So Gupta says they've found the missing link, and as he suggests in the interview, if they start using supercapacitors as they are intended, this could have massive implications for the future of the planet. However, okay, there's plenty of work they still have left to do, and it's not going to be anytime soon, I guess, that your phone will be using a supercapacitor instead of a lithium-ion battery. But this is an interesting look at the future of batteries and where we could be going next. So that brings me to our second story for tomorrow today. Climate and health benefits of wind and solar dwarf all subsidies. This was another headline that I saw. I was like, oh, this sounds like good news to me. I'm a big fan of getting rid of fossil fuels. Anybody who sits behind a bus in traffic on a motorcycle, you probably understand where I'm coming from. The exhaust coming from a bus is not only hot, it's bad air. And when you sit back there and breathe it, you're like, oh. So I'm ready. Every time I see one of these electric buses on the street, I'm like, yes, more of that, please. So how are we going to get there? We're going to have to use multiple technologies. We're going to have to use wind power. We're going to have to use solar power. One country that has been studied for the impact on this is the United States. According to new research, wind and solar saved the United States $250 billion over the space of 4 years. That's a lot of money. And that's another argument that people have against switching to, alternative sources of energy, renewable sources of energy. People often complain, it's going to cost so much money to do that, to change everything. According to this study, it saved $250 billion over 4 years. That's a big savings, right? So the researchers behind this information, this was done by Dev Milstein, Eric O'Shaughnessy, and Ryan Weiser. They were inspired in part by recent work done on estimating what is called the social cost of carbon. What does that mean? Well, the social cost of carbon is a way to kind of attach a dollar value to every ton of carbon emissions. And what it's representing is all of the total damage that results from global climate impacts. So in other words, the U.S. government currently uses a value of about $50 per ton of carbon emissions. But this new research actually places it at $185 per ton of carbon emissions. In other words, perhaps the gauge was way off. The damage done by carbon emissions is way higher and way more costly than they originally believed. So there's also research been done on the health impacts of all these kinds of fossil fuels like nitrogen oxides that are emitted when you burn fossil fuels. They produce all these particulates and all this ozone pollution. So adding all this information together, they discovered that, wow, okay, when you switch to renewable power, not only are you seeing the immediate impact of less of these particulates, less ozone pollution, but also less health impacts on people. That costs money as well. People have to go to the hospital to visit doctors when they have problems with their lungs or getting infections easier because of all the forms of pollution they're constantly being exposed to, right? So from there, the analysis involved finding out about how much renewable power was generated within a region. So, for example, one region was around Tennessee. There was under 3% that they used for solar and wind power, so that wasn't included. And what they found in certain areas was if they determined whether wind or solar was contributing how much electricity to each region, right? So the United States, the common problem we have in the U.S. when you try to find out anything is every state does something completely different, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to make national policy. So by doing it regionally, the researchers were able to find out how much each individual region was affected, how much money and how much energy they're saving by switching to different kinds of wind or solar energy generation. So one thing that they found out, now that they have estimates of the climate and health damage caused by both coal and natural gas, it's easy to convert these changes into dollar values. And the way you can look at these values is kind of like co-benefits of switching to renewables. So not only are we seeing things that'll be cleaner immediately, but less damage to people and environment over a long time, right? As a result, the environmental and health benefits of wind in 2022, after doing all this calculation, are estimated at being $143 for each megawatt per hour, and solar power providing $100 per megawatt per hour in benefits. So given the amount of power generated by wind and solar that year, that works out to a total of $62 billion and $12 billion respectively. That's a lot of savings, right? So hopefully a lot more research will be done on this. This is a really lengthy article, a lot of details done by scientists who are very smart. But yeah, what this points to, if we do switch to more wind and solar power, there will be immediate benefits we see, but also kind of long-term benefits that are hard to calculate for a lot of immediate impacts. But this kind of research does give us like a dollar value we can look at as well. So really interesting stuff. That's going to do it for Tomorrow Today. And we'll look at some more of that kind of stuff next week. I'm excited about the future. I like talking about these things. Let's take a quick song break. This is going to be because we're thinking about the future, of course. This song is What About the Children by Gary Clark Jr. and Stevie Wonder. right, now it's time for the perfect playlist, and we do this every Monday through Friday. Do you need the perfect songs for the perfect situation? Well, that's our job. We're picking the best songs for every situation, and this week's theme is songs about June, not a person, the month. Because we're right in June now. It's just started, and I think the temperature change is coming. I can see the mountain out there. It looks pretty sunny. I'm ready for it. So our first song today on the perfect playlist is June is as Cold as December by the Everly Brothers. Interesting song because actually a couple days recently it has been kind of cold, right? Like strangely cold for June. But this song is a heart-rendingly beautiful ballad by the Everly Brothers, famously very good singers, harmonizers. This comes from their 1966 album, In Our Image, and the song is a masterclass in melancholic storytelling. It's got the brothers' signature close harmonies that manage to, at one time convey profound emotion, but also with elegance and simplicity. I think this track stands out not only for its poetic lyrics that evoke the imagery of a love grown cold, ouch. It's a stark contrast to the usual warmth associated with June, thus the title, June is as Cold as December. So this June is obviously not the month. The second song we're going to feature is June on the West Coast by Bright Eyes. Ooh, I haven't heard Bright Eyes in a while. This is an introspective track by Bright Eyes. Not too uncommon. Bright Eyes is usually pretty introspective. This was from the 2000 album, Letting Off the Happiness. And this song is kind of a reflective and moody acoustic piece. It showcases Conor Oberst's emotive songwriting and distinctive vocal style. He definitely has that. The lyrics paint a picture of a person and their personal journey through various locations on the West Coast. Cool. It's kind of a song journey. It touches on themes of self-discovery, wanderlust, and the bittersweet nature of change. And that's one thing we feel in June, I think. We definitely feel some change. The song has a stripped-down arrangement. It features Oberst's earnest voice, which is always earnest, and it's accompanied by a simple yet poignant guitar melody. The whole thing creates a sense of intimacy and immediacy that hopefully draws you in. So, with that, our perfect playlist today is first, June is as Cold as December by the Everly Brothers, followed by June on the West Coast by Bright Eyes. Enjoy.
Make me pure. They make me pure. They make me pure.
All right, that was June on the West Coast by Bright Eyes, and before that was June is as Cold as December by the Everly Brothers. Nice music to wrap up the show today. That's going to do it for the 2 p.m. reboot. I have been your host, Casey McKeever. Thank you for all the messages today. Sorry I didn't get to all of them, but we'll be back again tomorrow at 2:05 p.m. For our last song today, we're going to have Fly With Me by Apollinaire Rossi to play us out. Thank you so much for listening. Have a fantastic day. We'll reboot again tomorrow.